Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're digging into an online store you asked us about, Waverly London. And the question is pretty simple. Is it a legit place to shop, or is it a high-risk gamble?
It's a great question because this one really gets to the heart of digital due diligence.
Right, because what we found is this huge conflict. On one hand, the site looks fantastic, super professional, high-end. But then you pull back the curtain, you look at the domain history, and it tells a completely different story.
Exactly. We're moving beyond just aesthetics here. We have to look at what actually proves a business is reliable, and it's rarely the pretty template.
Okay, so let's start there with that professional facade. You land on the site, it's a clean Shopify design. They've got the little lock icon for SSL encryption. They're even advertising a 30-day return policy. I mean, all those things together, why isn't that enough to trust them?
Well, because those elements have become so easy to get. They're almost like a standard kit now for anyone setting up a store, legitimate or not. They create the appearance of stability, but the real story, the one that matters, is in the technical foundation.
And that's where it all falls apart.
That's where it falls apart. The first, and honestly the biggest red flag here is the age. The domain is it's brand new.
How new are we talking?
Registered in September 2025.
Yeah.
Just a couple of months ago.
Wow. So right before the holiday shopping season.
Precisely. You see this sleek store that looks like it's been around for years, but it has zero history. It suggests a really quick tactical launch to just cash in.
And that lack of history is a huge alarm bell. Plus, our sources confirm the ownership details are completely hidden.
A classic tactic. And when you feed those details, the new domain, the hidden ownership into professional risk assessment tools, what do you get?
I'm guessing not a good score.
Not at all. The scam detectors we use gave it a trust score of less than 20 out of 100.
20 out of 100. That is an abysmal score.
It is. And that number is what really matters. It completely overrides the clean look of the website.
Okay, so that's the technical side. It looks bad. But how does that stack up with, actual customer experiences? Are people getting their orders?
Unfortunately, the technical score matches reality perfectly. The few independent reviews we could track down, mostly on Trustpilot, are overwhelmingly negative.
And what's the main complaint? Is it poor quality or?
It's even more fundamental than that. The pattern is consistent. Customers place an order, the money is taken, and then nothing. The items just never arrive.
So it's not even a case of getting something that doesn't match the photos. You might get nothing at all.
Exactly. Or, in a few cases, something completely different and much cheaper.
Okay, so let's put it all together. What's the verdict for our listeners?
Look, while we can't label it a definitive 100% scam just yet, the risk profile is massive. There's a very significant chance you'll lose your money.
So the advice is just to stay away.
That would be the safest bet. But if you're really curious, our actionable advice is this. Start with a very small purchase you're willing to lose. And this is the critical part. Always use a payment method that gives you strong buyer protection. A credit card, maybe PayPal. Never a direct debit.
That's such a powerful takeaway because at the end of the day, that clean design, even the SSL security, it just doesn't matter if the domain history is hidden and the trust score is basically zero.
Well, the whole thing is built on a shaky foundation. The moment you connect those few technical dots, the risk just becomes way too high.
So here's something to think about as you go forward.
How many websites do you trust every day, based only on how good they look? Moving forward, how might you proactively apply that little domain registration date check to every new shop you find? It's one piece of information, takes 5 seconds to find, and it often separates a real business from a seasonal risk.